everyone, so I'm back with the wash and go video that I promised you guys by the Eco. And right off the back, I want to tell you guys that I like the wash and go more than the twist out. And believe it or not, I did the same thing that I did with the twist out. I didn't use a leave-in conditioner and I didn't use any oil. Now in the video, I'm going to show you guys just a little time frame on how it looked while it was drying. And that's the reason why I like to do air drying, because you can see the difference from the times. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys that, but this is the final look. I'm feeling this. It came out really good. And yeah, it's about, I would say 99% dry. It might be just a little bit of wet patches in the roots, but not that much. I did have to blow dry it to get it to dry a little faster, because I was sitting and waiting all day and it was not drying. And I don't think it would have dried if I would have just sat there and waited any longer. Tell me what you think. Do you think the wash and go is better with the Eco or the twist out? I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think the wash and go is better right off the bat. I also want to tell you guys that I did not have to use a lot for this look. And here's how much I use. Not a lot at all. You can see the jar is like still at the top. Yeah, I didn't have to use a lot at all. And the time frame for wash and go, it took me, I'm going to say like a half an hour. And it probably didn't even take me that long. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you later. Starting on freshly washed hair, I'm going to fluff my hair up a little bit, and then I'm going to finger part my hair into 4 sections. I did do some detangling during the washing, and this makes it easier for me before I start to style. I also now add a oil rinse to my wash routine, and I use olive oil for that oil rinse. That's why my hair looks a little shiny, and it's been so helpful for my scalp. So after creating the 4 sections, I'm going to put the front 3 sections away and start with the back. Now that I'm in the back, I'm going to create my first section, and of course I'm finger parting. After creating the first section, I'm going to put the rest of the hair away. I'm going to first do some detangling, and then I'm going to spray my hair with some water. After soaking my hair with some water, and I mean soaking my hair, because of course with a wash and go, your hair must be drenched. I'm going to then grab some of the Eco and start to apply it to the section. I didn't have to use a lot, just like I mentioned in the last video, because the texture back here, if you don't know, if you didn't see the last video, it really doesn't take too much product to curl it up. So I'm just applying it all through the section. I'm also going to apply it to my ends. And of course I had to add more water, and I'm going to do some more detangling. And to define my curls even more, I brought out this other detangling brush that I used maybe one time since I bought it. And I bought it about some months ago, which was like last year sometime. First I'm going to use it on my ends, and then I'm going to glide it through the rest of my hair. And while I was using this brush, I was so amazed at how it was defining my curl. I couldn't even believe it. I made sure that I also got to my roots, and here's how it looked. So once again, I'm going to finger part another section, and I'm going to add some water, of course do a little detangling, and then I'm going to add the Eco. Now as I get closer to the peak of my head, my texture starts to change. This texture on the top is much looser. It's also a little bit on the wavy side, and it's very long. And even though it's looser and wavy, it gives me more trouble than the back part of my hair, which is a little weird. So I'm going to apply the Eco all over the section, and of course get my ends. Also did some massaging to make sure that I'm getting it in my roots and in between. After massaging it in, I'm going to brush it all together and then move on to the next. So in the last section, you really couldn't tell exactly what I was talking about, but with this section, you're going to see exactly what I mean. I'm going to first add a little water, and right now I am doing a little detangling. As you can see, this section is longer than the last section. It starts to get longer and longer and longer. It's so long that it comes down to the same length as the bottom. And it's been growing like this since day one. I have not had the chance to get my hair shaped up because I'm so afraid to go to one of the natural salons because I don't know if they're going to handle my hair the way I want them. So just like the last section, I'm going to brush it all together. And I didn't have a problem with using the detangling brush with the gel in my hair. As you can see, once I get it fully detangled, the brush goes right through, but you do want to make sure that you do this on soak hair because the more it dries up, the harder it's going to be for the brush to go through. Now that I'm at the front, I'm going to do the sides first. And like I mentioned in the last video, my sides, the texture is totally different from the top part of my head and the back. This texture is more complicated than the top. It really doesn't get defined. I have to add more product and I have to make sure that it's fully detangled. After fully detangling my hair, I was so impressed once again with the Eco. And what I was impressed by was the fact that my hair was so bouncy. I could not believe how bouncy my hair was. And so I give Eco another plus for that. And I am going to give you guys a close-up so that you can see how bouncy my hair really is. And not only is it bouncy, but it's shiny as well. And I don't know if this is coming from the oil rinse that I did during my wash routine, but all I know is that it is looking amazing. So now that I'm at the top, I'm going to do the same routine that I did for the rest of my hair. I am making sure that this part of my hair is falling towards my face because I do want it to lay and hang in the front and kind of like on the side as well. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did, soak it up, do a little detangling, and then add the Eco. I'm also going to go and straighten up the part on the right side because that part will be the one that will be showing. And after I finish that and finish up the rest of my hair, I'm going to show you guys how it looks. So I'm all done, and here's how it look. Once again, I'm going to show you guys how bouncy it really is. And like I mentioned in the intro of the video, I am going to show you guys a time frame on how it dries. So for the first hour, here's how it look. At this time, it was still flat, and I felt like it was sticking together a little bit. So I went back and watched TV for a couple of more hours, and during that time, my hair started to change. It did start to get a little bit more fluffy, but I did feel like it was still a little stiff and stuck together. And here's how it looked. So about an hour later, I put out my blow dryer and fluffed it up. And here's the final look. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in my next one.